Yes, 18th chapter, finally. 18th paragraph, page 289. Okay, you're starting?
हाँ. If a stream.
एक मिनट, एक बार वो 8 पॉइंट्स भी पढ़ ले में द फुल मीनिंग ऑफ रिनाउंसिएशन ऑफ फ्रूट, क्योंकि
हाँ.
ये उसका कंटिन्यूएशन है.
ओके. चल पढ़ लेते हैं.
हाँ.
From the elaboration of the idea of the renunciation of fruit of action, the following points emerge. Rajasic and tamasic action should be completely given up. Second, the fruit of the action of renunciation should also be renounced. There must not be any pride or vanity about it. Third, sattvic action should not itself be renounced, but its fruit should be renounced. Fourth, sattvic action whose fruit is to be renounced should be done even if it has some impurities in it. Fifth, when sattvic actions are done continuously and their fruit renounced, the mind will get purified. Activity will go on becoming gentle and subtler and will cease
Stop.
stop completely in the end. 6. Activity will disappear, but action for the sake of Loka Sangraha to bring the people together and show them the path of righteousness will continue.
Righteousness.
Righteousness. Only that sattvic action should be done which comes to us in the natural course. One should keep away from other actions, howsoever good they may appear. One should not be tempted by them.
ये कितना मुश्किल है ना.
Swadharma that comes to us naturally consists of two parts. One is subject to change and the other is not. Varna dharma does not change while the ashram dharma keeps changing. The part of swadharma that is subject to change must change. That will ensure purity and avoid stagnation.
So beautiful, no? सारे कर्मों के बारे में कुछ भी डाउट है तो ये 8 पॉइंट से एकदम क्लियर है ना.
If a stream stops flowing and water stagnates, it begins to stink. Similar is the case with ashram dharma. A man first accepts family life. He submits to the restraints of family for the sake of his growth. There he gets different experiences. But if he remains bound there permanently, it will spell his doom. The family life, which was his dharma, at one stage becomes adharma. At a later stage, as it then binds him. If the changing part of the dharma is not given up in the because of attachment, the result is
disastrous.
There should not be attachment even to a good thing. Attachment inevitably leads to terrible consequence. Germs of
tuberculosis
may enter the lungs unawares, but they will nevertheless eat away the whole of our life. If through our carelessness, the germs of attachment enter into sattvic action that will then result in the rotting of Swadharma. The sattvic Swadharma will then degenerate into Rajas and Tamas. The part of Swadharma that ought to change must be left behind at the appropriate time. This is true for the dharma about family is as well as the dharma about nation. If attachment creeps into patriotism,
Patriotism.
patriotism,
Patriotism.
patriotism, it will degenerate into dangerous
Chauvinism.
chauvinism. Means,
वो मैंने किया
acha, that will halt development. Attachment will corrupt the mind and cause degeneration.
एक्चुअली वी हैड स्टॉप्ड हियर ये पढ़ के छोड़ा था
हाँ
कोई बात नहीं लेकिन ये अच्छा किया वापस पढ़ा वो
हाँ
मैं पढ़ी क्या
एक्चुअली 106 से स्टार्ट करना चाहिए था हम लोग
हाँ नहीं लेकिन ये भी अच्छा था फिर से पढ़ने का
कोई बात नहीं fulfillment is nothing but the culmination of sadhana. In short, if you aspire for the fulfillment of your life, the principle of the renunciation of proof of action will free you from all the worries. It will show you the right path. This principle also tells us the bounds within which to act. When we have this guiding light with us, we shall know what to do, what to discard, what to change, and when, and so on. But now let us consider something different. Should the spiritual seeker have his attention riveted on the ultimate state marked by the complete cessation of activity? A jnani continues to act without doing any activity. Should a seeker have his aim in mind? No. Here too, the principle of renunciation of the fruit should be applied. Applied. Our life is so wonderful, passionate, that we would get what we want even without paying any attention to it. Moksha, the state of oneness with the Supreme, is the highest fulfillment of life. But one must not covet even moksha or the state of akarma. That state would be reached without one being aware of it. Sannyasa is not something that can happen at some particular moment. It is not something mechanical. You will not even notice how to grow in your life. Let us not therefore worry about moksha.
क्या हुआ बहुत उबासी आ रही है नींद आ रही
हाँ
है
क्योंकि आज मुझे सोने को नहीं मिला है बिल्कुल अभी 10 मिनट में लेट ही आपको ये लॉग इन करने के टाइम पे बस
ओके पानी पीना है पानी पी के आ
अच्छा ऐसा करूँ
हम्म
ये अकर्म और संन्यास ये सब पहले वाला फर्स्ट एंड सेकंड चैप्टर का लास्ट में डाला है।
क्योंकि वहां क्वेश्चंस रेज किए थे तो यहाँ आंसर देने जरूरी है ना, कंक्लूजन है ना,
हाँ।
तो कंक्लूड करना भी जरूरी है। ये
हम्म।
सारा सब करना है, यानी इस चैप्टर के अंदर पूरा जो भी सिखाया है सबकी समरी आ जाती है,
यस।
हर चीज की समरी है।
A bhakta always says to the Lord, Bhakti is enough for me. I do not have desire for moksha, the ultimate fruit of sadhana. After all, moksha too is a kind of fruit, something that is to be enjoyed, and it too must be renounced. But when we renounce moksha, it will not move away from us. Rather, it will be more surely ours. Only when you give up the desire of moksha, you will advance towards it without your being aware of it. Let sadhana be done with such a single minded dedication that there is no thought of moksha in the mind. Then moksha itself will seek you on its own. Let the seeker be totally immersed in his sadhana. The Lord had already said, Mate sangosta karmani. You should not covet the state of akarma or moksha. Now he is again saying in the end, Aham tva sarva papebhyo moksha shriyami ma sucha. I shall release you from all sins, be not grieved. I am here to accord you moksha. Forget about moksha and be concerned about your sadhana. Sadhana will attain perfection when you forget moksha, and then moksha will itself be attracted to you. Moksha Lakshmi garlands him who is not concerned about her and is fully absorbed in his sadhana without any thought of moksha in his mind. When sadhana reaches its zenith, the moment of fulfillment comes. If a man in a forest wants to reach home, but just keep sitting under a tree in the forest, chanting home, 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 all the while, the home will remain away. If he क्या लिखा है ये?
succumbs
Succumbs
यानी
to
छोड़
the
दे, यानी उसके वश में हो जाए।
temptation of rest, he will miss the ultimate rest. He should keep on walking. Eventually, he will find his home right in front of him. If he lost myself in dreaming about the moksha and relax, slacken my sadhana, the moksha will remain distant. The surest way to attain moksha is to flying away any aspiration for it and concentrate on sadhana. One must not hanker after the ultimate rest. After the state of akarma, have love for your sadhana, and then moksha will be yours without fail. You cannot solve a problem by shouting for the answer. You should rather stick to the correct method, and that will step by step lead you to the answer. How can you reach the end before the completion of the process? How can you have an answer without following the method fully? How can you attain the state of liberation when you are still a seeker? When one is struggling for life in a flooded river, will it do if he thinks of the pleasures awaiting him on the other bank? At that time, all the attention should be riveted on swimming. All the strength should be appealed to inch towards the other bank. Sadhana should be carried to the end. The ocean should be crossed and you will find moksha there waiting for you.
मेहनत करते रहो, फल का त्याग करो.
Yes.
मोक्ष पाने के लिए कर रहे हो, ये सोचना भी फल की इच्छा करना है, उसको भी रिनाउंस कर. ग्रेट.
The triple state of the realized one.
रियलाइज्ड वन.
Realized one.
मैं पढ़ूं क्या?
नहीं, मैं पढ़ती हूँ.
ठीक है.
All the activities drop off in the final state of a jnani. But this does not mean that in the final state there would be necessarily be complete absence of activity. Activities may take place or they may not. This final state is extremely fascinating and sublime.
Sublime.
The jnani is not concerned about what is taking place in his state. Only that which is invariably pure, good and beneficial will take place in the state. The jnani stands at the zenith of sadhana. There he would be untouched by all the actions even while doing them. He may even bring about destruction, and yet he will not be the destroyer. And even if he does good, he will not be the benefactor. The final state of moksha is the zenith of sadhana. In this state, sadhana becomes natural and effortless. Then there is not even the thought that I am doing something. This final state of realization, Siddhavastha, is not a state of morality. A child speaks truth, but it is not a moral act, as he has no idea of untruth. To speak truth while being aware of untruth is a moral act. In the final state, untruth does not exist. Truth alone exists. So, there is no question of morality. What is forbidden, what is worth observing comes now here in the picture. Ears do not hear what should not be heard. Eyes do not see what should not to be seen. Only that gets done which ought to be done. One does not have to do it consciously. One need not have to avoid consciously what is worth avoiding. But it does get avoided. It is in this culmination of sadhana, when it has become natural, amoral, or you may call it super moral, that morality.
Amoral यानी बिना moral के, or you may call it supramoral.
That morality reaches its supreme height. We may call this is a state of sattvic sadhana wherein sattva has been transcended.
कितना सुंदर ना, बिना करे सब सही हो रहा है. जो सुनना चाहिए वही सुनेगा, जो बोलना चाहिए वही बोलेगा, जो दिखना चाहिए वही दिखेगा, जो करना चाहिए वही करेगा. अपने आप सब चीजें होने लगेगी. लेकिन उसके लिए कितनी साधना गई है पहले. वो सारी साधना से, स्वधर्म से, renunciation of all fruits, then can you come to the state. यानी ये सिद्धि हो गई साधना की. चलो, बहुत अच्छा है.
How is one to describe such a state? just as one gets indication of the coming eclipse. There are indications in this state that moksha is to follow the death of the body. Experiences of the state of moksha being even while the physical body is still in existence. Words fail. Language falters while describing this state. Whatever violence a man in this state commits, he does nothing. How to judge his actions? Whatever is done at his hand will be nothing but sattvic action. Even when he no longer performs any activity, he shows right path to all in the world. This grand vision makes one speechless.
ये सब जो अपन जो गुफाओं में जाके कंदराओं में रह जाते हैं साधु लोग, सब बरसों बरसों तक जो तपस्या करते हैं, ऐसे तो इनएक्शन ही हो रहा है ना। लेकिन वो इस प्रकार का कर्म कर रहे होते हैं।
This final state is three-dimensional. One of the is the state in which we find sage Vamandev. His declaration is well known. All that is there in this universe that I am I. A jnani becomes completely egoless. He loses any senses of identification with the body. His activities cease. Then he attains a particular state of consciousness. In this state, he is no more confined to a single body. This state is not a state of activity. It is a state marked with intense and pervasive emotion and feelings. All of us can have experience of this state on a small scale. A mother takes upon herself the virtues as well as vice of her child. The child's sorrow makes her sad and his happiness makes her happy. But this experience of identify in the case of mother is limited to her child. She takes upon herself the child's faults. A jnani takes upon him the faults of the whole world. He becomes sinner by the sins of the world, and the virtues of the world make him virtue. And yet he is absolutely untouched by the merits and the sins of the world. In the Vedic Rudra Sukta, the sages say, Yavascha me, Tilascha me, Godumascha me. Give me barley, give me sesame, give me wheat. He is continually demanding something or the other. How big is his stomach? But then he who is demanding all this was not one contained in a single physical body, measuring 3 cubits and a half. His self had become one with the whole universe. I call this Vedic Vishwatambha. Vishwatambhava. The Vedic attitude of identification with the whole universe. As we find this attitude and spirit at its height in the Vedas. Narsi Mehta, the Gujarati saint, says while singing the Lord's praise, Papaji, पाप में पवन कीधा हसे, नाम लेता तारू निंद्रा आवे. O Lord, what sin have I committed that I should feel sleepy while chanting your name? बराबर है. भगवान का नाम लेने के टाइम पे हमको कितना
नींद
नींद आता.
आती है.
Was Narsi Mehta feeling sleepy? No. In fact, those who had assembled to listen to him were sleeping. But Narsi Mehta had identified himself with them. He was in a particular state of consciousness. This is the state of the Jnani. The Jnani in this state may be seen doing all conceivable virtues and sinful acts, and he would himself concern it. Does not the Vedic sage say, I have done a lot of things that should not have been done? I am doing such things and will continue doing them. When such a state of consciousness is attained, the self begins to soar high in the sky like a bird. It transcends the limitation of earthly existence. अभी पढ़ो मैम आप.
Just like this state of consciousness, the Jnani has also a state of activity. What sort of activities will a Jnani do naturally? Whatever he will do will be nothing but sattvic. Although he is still bound by the limitations of the human body, his whole body, all his organs have become sattvic. So, all his activities are bound to be sattvic. If you look at it from the point of view of practical affairs, his behavior will reflect the ultimate perfection of the sattvic nature. If you look at it from the point of view of Vishwastambha Bhava, yeah, वो विश्व वाला जो पहले explain किया था, Vedic attitude of identification with the whole universe. He appears to be doing all the sinful and virtuous deeds in the universe, and still he is untouched by them. It is so because he has peeled off and flung away the body stuck to the self. It is only when one flings away this worthless body that one attains the state of identification with the whole universe. I am that. वो वाला हो गया ना. Besides the state of consciousness and the state of activity, the Jnani has a third state too. That is the state of Jnana, the state of knowledge. In this state, he can neither bear with sin nor virtue and fling aside everything quickly. He is ready to set fire to the whole universe. He is not prepared to undertake any action. Its very touch repels him. In the final stage of sadhana or in the state of moksha, these three states are conceivable for the jnani. State of consciousness, state of activity, and state of jnana. Okay. 31. How is one to imbibe this state of no activity, this last state? The way is to train ourselves not to take upon our shoulders the burden of being the doer of the actions we do. We should keep reflecting. I just happen to be instrumental. I am not really the doer of actions. We should first assume this stand with humility. This, of course, will not immediately result in the complete eradication of the sense of being the doer. It can happen only gradually. Let us first feel that I am nothing. I am just a puppet in his hands. He is moving me. The next step is to feel that the activity do not touch the self. They are of his body. But I am not this transient and mortal body. I am full of divine consciousness. कितना सुंदर thought है ना affirmation के लिए? And meditating over this feeling, you should remain completely untouched by the fetters of the body. When this happens, the state of jnani will be attained wherein connection with the body is, as it were, completely severed. This state will be three-dimensional, as we have already referred. In the state of activity, only pure and perfect activities will be done at the hands of the jnani. In the state of consciousness, he will have the feeling that he is the doer of all the sinful and virtuous deeds in the universe. Yet he will remain untouched by them. In the third state of jnana, he will not let any action touch him and will burn down all the actions. A jnani can be described in terms of all these three dimensions of the final state. Thou alone, thou alone. 108th point of the book. 32nd paragraph of 18th chapter. Last one. Having said all this, the Lord then asks Arjuna, have you listened to all this carefully? Now ponder over it fully and then do what you think is right. The Lord thus magnanimously gave complete freedom to Arjuna. This is a unique feature of the Gita. But then compassion welled up in him and he took back that freedom. He told Arjuna, give up your will, your sadhana, give up everything and come to me. Take refuge in me. What this means is that you should not have any independent self-will. You should do what he wills you to do. Let his will prevail. With full freedom, you should feel that you need have no freedom. Reduce yourself to zero. Let there be the Lord and the Lord alone in the universe. The goat, while alive, bleats, meh, that is I. But when it is dead and its guts are made into strings of carding cotton, the strings, as Saint Dadu says, gives the sound to me. Thou alone, thou alone. Acha dhun ke laye. Now there is nothing but thou alone, thou alone.
तू ही तू ही
तू ही हरी इच्छा, हरी इच्छा.
चलो बहुत अच्छा लगा.
अच्छा कंक्लूड किया ना. Thou alone, thou alone.
लास्ट वाला जो चैप्टर है ना वो पॉन्डरिंग है. मतलब ऐसा आगे के सभी चैप्टर कैसे ऐसे फटाक फटाक में समझ में आ गए. ये समझ में आ रहा है बट उसके ऊपर मंथन करने
मनन
की बहुत,
करना, हाँ.
हाँ
चिंतन
बहुत
मनन करना,
जरूरत.
बहुत करना.
तो ही वो काम करेगा, नहीं तो नहीं करेगा. ऐसा है, ऐसा लगा मुझे. चलो बहुत अच्छा लगा. रीडिंग का स्टार्टिंग हम सबने किया था, एंडिंग आपने किया, बहुत अच्छा लगा. हाँ ये हम लोग अभी थोड़े दिन के बाद स्टार्ट करते हैं मैम.
अब इसके अंदर दो भाग हैं.
अच्छा.
एक भाग में यानी फर्स्ट पोर्शन जो है उसके अंदर यानी इतना आधा बुक और ये आधा बुक,
अच्छा.
इसमें समरी है पूरे भगवत गीता की.
ओके.
हाँ, और यहाँ से शुरू होता है स्थित प्रज्ञा
ओके.
सेकंड पार्ट में. तो इसके अंदर 54 से लेके 72 चैप्टर 2 के खाली वो ही श्लोक हैं. तो आई थिंक विल डू जस्ट दिस पार्ट.
ओके. आप हम लोग अभी नेक्स्ट मंथ ही स्टार्ट करेंगे इसको ना.
या
क्योंकि ये टाइम जो है ना मेरा किचन में जाने का टाइम है. बट मैं बोली देखो अगर नहीं कुछ